Vincent Chin's legacy of bringing us all together can be seen in the work that we're doing here at Act to Change. We have a simple mission. It's to end bullying for all youth. That includes the full diaspora of AAPI youth. East Asian, Southeast Asian, South Asian, Sikh, Muslim, immigrant, limited English proficient, LGBTQ+. We are here for you. We want to foster a world where all young people can celebrate who they are. To do that, we at Act to Change provide resources, we provide programming, we provide policy and curriculum recommendations, we provide support to our communities, but of course we need your help to do it. I'm going to go into more details about the work we're doing throughout today's program, but I wanted to throw out there a challenge. We're hoping to raise $15,000 today. It is a modest goal, but Act to Change is a nonprofit run all by volunteers, and any donation that you make to Act to Change is fully tax deductible. So we hope you can help out. There are echoes of what happened to Vincent Chin in the violent attacks that are now being directed at our East Asian and Southeast Asian communities today, as Daniel spoke about throughout history, at our South Asian communities post 9/11, due to the hurtful rhetoric from the federal government, and also in the other communities of color that we stand in solidarity with, like in the recent horrific murder of Ahmaud Arbery. So I just want to take a minute to say that we all stand united to decry all hate, violence, and racism. In 1982, a 27-year-old Chinese American, Vincent Chin, was murdered on the night of his bachelor party because he looked Japanese. Layoffs in the Detroit auto industry were being blamed on Japanese competition, and racial tensions were high. One of his assailants declared, "It's because of you, little, that we're out of work." He was beaten so badly that he died 4 days later. His murderers, who were white, were given an outrageously lenient sentence. The judge stated, "You don't make the punishment fit the crime, you make the punishment fit the criminal." Journalist and activist Helen Zia played a crucial role in bringing federal civil rights charges against Vincent Chin's perpetrators. It was her journalism that galvanized the Asian American community. Now, Helen was unable to join us live today, but I was lucky to get to sit down with her just a few days ago. Please enjoy this short interview with Helen Zia, spokesperson for the Justice for Vincent Chin campaign and author of Asian American Dreams. Helen, thank you so much for being here today. I can't tell you how honored I am to get to speak with you, especially about this important hate crime that happened in 1982 and also about where we are as a community today. I'd love to start by just asking you, what was the personal impact that Vincent Chin's story had on you at the time, and what about it motivated you to lead the charge in fighting for justice?
Well, first, Malik, thank you for having me here. It's such an honor to be with Act for Change and also this day, AAPIs Against Bullying. It's so important. And this particular day marks, it's a sobering day. It happens to be Vincent Chin's birthday. And to think that if he had not been killed in an act that started with bullying and then his death, he would be 65 today. And he was 27 when he was killed, at the prime of his life, getting ready for his wedding day. I mean, he was at his all-American bachelor party. And what it has really signified is the coming together, first of all, of Asian Americans who at that time did not define themselves as Asian American. We all were more connected to our ancestry, our ethnicity of, you know, Vincent Chin was Chinese American. It would have been the Chinese American community identifying solely as Chinese American, as opposed to Japanese American, Indian American, Vietnamese American, Filipino, Korean, you know, which comprised the majority of the Asian American ethnicities in the Detroit area at that time, and very small in number. But when he was attacked and killed, it was very clear that it was because of what he looked like. He was associated with Japan, which was being labeled as the enemy. And it's a time that is so starkly similar to where we are today, where anybody who looks Asian, in particular East Asian, but really it doesn't matter. An Asian face is enough. If somebody is angry and filled with hate and inclined to racist acts, it doesn't matter. They'll become a target, just as Vincent Chin was. But beyond the sadness of that tragedy, it really is, what came out of that is so important. That Asian Americans of all stripes and backgrounds and languages and class backgrounds, genders and sexual orientations, religions, came together. Came together because we all knew that this affected all of us. People of conscience from all walks of life actually came out to support, Asian Americans in Detroit and beyond. And certainly in Detroit, which then and now is a city that's majority African American. We cherished the support we got from the African American community then. And today, when things are so fractured and the white supremacists in the white supremacy house actively try to divide people and drive wedges and make it seem that, we could never unite as a people. Back then, it's important that it has happened. It does happen today. And out of that came very important things, advocacy, support for not only Asian Americans, but making a difference for all Asian Americans. And on this day in particular, to come together to fight hate crimes which include bullying and attacks, that encompass beyond race, but also immigration status, perceived gender, perceived ability or disability, perceived sexual orientation, things that back then could never have been imagined. Even immigrants like Vincent Chin, there was a debate whether he should be protected by federal hate crimes law. And so out of that tragedy came people, banding together to fight for things that may have made a difference for all Americans. So I think that's what I try to remember on this day.
And thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by, Helen. We're so grateful. And thank you for all the work that you've already done and bringing our communities together and that you continue to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Malik.